Hello everybody, welcome to this latest video. Today I'm going to try something which I've seen other people on YouTube do, and I thought it would be fun if I did as well, which is that they review all of the books they read in a certain year in, for example, one sentence or a certain amount of words or less. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to review all of the books I read in 2022 in 10 words or less, because if I did one sentence I already know that I would just make very long sentences. So I divided it up into 6 types of books: Dutch books, fantasy books, non-fiction books, historical books, German books, and other. So those are ones that didn't fit into the other types of books. So let's just get started. I'm going to try to look at the camera more than at my phone, because that's where I've got all my notes, but we'll see what happens. So let's start with the fantasy books. Twin Crowns by Katherine Weber. I did not finish this book. The magic felt too dark and sinister. Main character plans murder. 1 star. A Forgery of Roses by Jessica S. Olson. Too violent and gory. 1 star. The Thief by Whalen Turner. Very fun and creative. Unexpected twist. Backstory given in parts. 4 stars. Then the sequel to that book, which I'm doing separately because the ratings are so apart, The Queen of Attolia by Whalen Turner. I did not finish it, because ruined personality of main character, content incredibly violent and disturbing. 1 star. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. The main character sleeps around. The demon is seen as attractive. 1 star. Did not finish. I promise we're gonna get to the books I did like later on. The Dead Dragon Job by Lyle. I did not finish it. There's vulgarity, occultism, racism and sexism messages. 1 star. Ash Princess by Sebastian. Also did not finish. The main character murders someone in the 2nd chapter. 1 star. The Selection series by Kiera Cass. This is fast food of books. Entertaining but got incredibly frustrating. 2 stars. The Afterverse series by Kyle Robert Schultz. Some questionable spiritual parts, but fun with emotion and banter. 3 and 1/3 stars. Blades of Acktar series by Tricia Mingerink. Violent and went on way too long. Very exciting and adventurous. 3 and 2/3 stars. The Transall Saga by Paulsen. Predictable, not very special in any way. 2 stars. The Huntress of Thornbeck Forest by Melanie Dickerson. Boring. Overthinks audience is dumb enough to believe gossip. 2 stars. The Princess Spy by Melanie Dickerson. Parts unrealistic, misleading title, but overall enjoyable. 3 stars. Princess Academy by Shannon Hale. Really cool magic, great messages about friendship. 4 stars. Kingdom of Cards series by Janella and Gory violence and sex, occultism and swearing. 2 stars. Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Lynn. New setting, sweet story, protagonist has overall good moral compass, so 4 stars. The Heir and Despair by Kate Stradlin. I made a review about this one. Rather violent, made no sense, didn't deliver. 2 stars. Reign of Secrets by Jennifer A Nielsen. I only read the first 2 books. Predictable, basic, annoying protagonist who tortures people, so 1.5 stars. Enchantress from the Stars by Sylvia. The Darwinism vibes are strong with this one. 1 star. Only a Monster by Vanessa Lynn. Excessive violence, obligatory gay side character, hypocritical protagonist. 1 star. The School for Good and Evil by Soman Chainani. Message unclear, fun but not enough to read the next books. 4 stars. The Wingfeather Saga series by Andrew Peterson. I made a review about this one. Humor for younger kids, content more suitable for older teens. 3.5 stars. To Be Called Worthy by Penny Johnston. I also made a review about this one. Interesting Christian allegory with a very creative magic system. 4 stars. Ascendance Trilogy by Jennifer A Nielsen. Protagonist is moral in big things but scummy in small things. 3 and 2/3 stars. The Discovery of the Fine by Taylor Sorensen. Debut, Calvinistic view on predestination, but I'd read the sequel. 3 stars. Okay, so that was all the fantasy books. Let's first do all the fiction ones. So the next one is going to be historical fiction. And by historical, I meant either it's written nowadays about a time period back then, or it is fiction that was written long ago. So for example, Oliver Twist. Back in the day, it wasn't historical fiction, but nowadays it kind of is. So, historical fiction. The Entertainer and the Dybbuk by Sid Fleischman. Entertaining and funny, but sad as well. Ghost possesses someone. 3 stars. A Night Divided by Jennifer A Nielsen. Really exciting, good image of nerve-wracking communist society. 4 stars. Wilhelm Tell by Friedrich Schiller. I read the English and the German versions. There were exciting parts, but a lot of monologues. 3 stars. Described by Francine Rivers. She made me cry again. Romance kinda tacked on. 4 stars. The Teacher's Funeral by Richard Peck. Cute and funny, but unrealistic parts. 5 stars. The Shining Company by Rosemary Sutcliffe. Started slow, but picked up. Was not expecting the ending. 3 stars. The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. Heartbreaker. Well written. Violence too gory. 3 stars. The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society by Mary Ann Schaffer. So sweet and funny, but also tragic. 5 stars. Number the Stars by Lois Lowry. Tense and exciting, holds up for older readers. 5 stars. A Beautiful Lie by Irfan Master. More violent than expected, well written, engaging and heartbreaking. 4 stars. And I think we are about to be visited by my cat. Are you coming up here? You want to come sit with me? Yes. Come here. You're a cute kitty. Okay. You have to go sit on my lap. No, you have to go sit on my lap. Yes, you're so cute. Sit. Okay. Madeline Takes Command by Ethel C. Brill. Neither side demonized. Good role models. 5 stars. The Wallflower Duchess by Liz Tyner. I liked the style and that's it. 1 star. The Scarlet Pimpernel series. I read various books in this series, but not in order, so I read The Scarlet Pimpernel, The First Sir Percy, and Sir Percy Leads the Band, by Baroness Amuska Orksey. Romance and adventure, secret identities, humor, basically I love it. 4 1/3 stars. Enola Holmes in the Case of the Missing Marquess, by Nancy Springer. Not as bad as I remembered, still not good. 2 stars. Okay, so now for the one that I labeled Other, because these are still fiction, and we'll get to the non-fiction ones after this. So, let's go. Stormfront by Jim Butcher, did not finish. Victims' hearts exploded while copulating, so then I stopped. 1 star. Kid Normal series, I read the first 2 books by Greg James. Light and fun, but still enough emotion to be interesting. 4 stars. And The Shofar Blue by Francine Rivers. Never thought such an everyday situation would make me cry. 5 stars. Bridge to Terabithia by Katherine Patterson. Mixing Christianity with spirituality, so not that great. 2 stars. After Zero by Christina Collins. Not a fan of the spiritual stuff. 1 star. Instead of Three Wishes by Megan Whalen Turner. Some iffy stories, but fun. 3 stars. Added note, I know I'm going over the 10 words here, but if you want to read it to your kids, read it yourself first to check it out, because you may not be okay with all of the stories. The Man Who Knew Too Much by G.K. Chesterton. No chance to solve the mystery yourself, you just observe. 3 stars. When by Victoria Laurie. Stuff doesn't make sense, more violent and creepy than anticipated. 2 stars. Mr. Popper's Penguins by Richard and Florence Atwater. Lots of fun for kids, but less for older people. 3 stars. The Giver series by Lois Lowry. First book great and pro-life. Later books less quality. 3 3/4 star. 3 stars and 3/4 of a star. The Inheritance Games series. I read the first 2 books because the third one wasn't out yet, by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Less bad boys and skimpy clothes and more mystery solving, please. 2 stars. Frindle by Andrew Clements. Asks relevant questions that got me riled up for some reason. 3 stars. I Am Margaret by Corinna Turner. Some stuff that doesn't make sense. Won't read sequel. 2 stars. Goodbye Stranger by Rebecca Stead. I forgot what happened within weeks. 3 stars. Flowers for Algernon, Daniel Keyes. Intriguing, but argument falls flat, a bit too much sex. 4 stars. Calculated by Nova McBee. Implausible parts, but very forgivable because it's a good book. 5 stars. The Right Time by Danielle Steele. I enjoyed this style, good portrayal of Christianity, premarital sex, so 3 stars. Queen of the Tiles by Hannah Alkaf, not really my cup of tea, token non-binary character, 2 stars. This Is Not the End by Chandler Baker, selfish protagonist, gore and philosophy pushed aside and replaced with romance, 2 stars. The Boy on Cinnamon Street by Phoebe Stone, enjoyable but maybe too dark for the target audience, 3 stars. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, less racism messaging, more crime solving please, dumb protagonist, 2 stars. The Maid by Nita Prose, good story but ending ruined it with immorality, 2 stars. Okay, those were all the fiction books, let's go to non-fiction. Playing Dead by Elizabeth Greenwood. I stopped reading after chapter 1 because of excessive foul language. Kinda sad, 1 star. A Severe Mercy by Sheldon Van Auken. The protagonists are annoying with weird ideas, but the C.S. Lewis content is good. 3 stars. Woman and the New Race by Margaret Sanger. Eugenics and inconsequent, changes opinions throughout, 1 star. Crazy Stuff President Said by Robert Schnakenberg. Didn't finish, clear bias, 1 star. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Music by Michael Miller. Went into too great detail, also it's just not my thing. Didn't finish, 3 stars. I Can Hear Music by Brendan Lyons. Had to grow on me, but sweet and informative, 4 stars. You Need More Sleep by Francesco Marciuliano. Let me try that again. You Need More Sleep by Francesco Marciuliano? I hope that's fine, whatever. Okay, but chapter's way too short for focusing, 2 stars. Well, Doc, it seemed like a good idea at the time by J. Paul Waymack. Funny, but very mean bullying seen as humorous defense animal experiments, 3 stars. Weird Things Customers Say in Bookstores by Jen Campbell. Funny, but kinda crude, 2 stars. The Cross and the Switchblade by David Wilkerson. Honest look, didn't agree with the Holy Spirit doctrine, great ministry, so 5 stars. Dumbing Us Down by John Taylor Gatto. Confusing and repetitive, hard to follow, 2 stars. The Matter of the Heart by Thomas Morris. Very intriguing, food for thought about transplants, 4 stars. The Babylon Bee Guide to Wokeness by Kyle Mann. Funny but rather on the nose, 3 stars. Unplanned by Abby Johnson. Good story, doubts about validity, still glad for Ulver's turnaround, 3 stars. Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. If things change, give up on your dreams and adapt, 2 stars. Love Thy Body by Nancy R. Piercy. Information new to me, very helpful, 5 stars. History of English Literature by Michael Alexander. Not my thing, 2 stars. How Christianity Changed the World by Alvin J. Schmidt. Easy to understand and enjoyable, 4 stars. Almost Amish by Nancy Sleeth. Good points, but too much idealization of utopian Amish society. That was a mouthful. 3 stars. The Longevity Diet by Walter Longo. Important message, but specialized, so hard to understand, 3 stars. Christian History Made Easy by Timothy Paul Jones. Engaging, good introduction to church history, 4 stars. Irreversible Damage by Abigail Schreier. Tragic stories, parents should read this to avoid horrendous trauma, 5 stars. Eats, Shoots and Leaves by Lynn Truss. Learned a lot, but annoying crude jokes, 3 stars. Confessions of a Prairie Bully by Alison Arngrim, 3 stars. Not a light fun read, but well written. So You've Been Publicly Shamed by John Ronson. No real solutions, very explicit content, 2 stars. The Splendid and the Vile by Eric Larson. Great wealth of information, but clear bias for Churchill, 4 stars. A Modest Proposal by Jonathan Swift. Even without context, it's shocking and hilarious, 5 stars. Fearfully and Wonderfully Made by Paul W. Brand and Philip Yancey. Sometimes read too much into things. Insightful and cool facts, 4 stars. Is That a Fish in Your Ear by David Bellos. I, an amateur, found myself constantly disagreeing with the expert, so 2 stars. The Hand of God by Bernard Nathanson. Very impressive, would recommend to anyone. Large vocabulary, 5 stars. How Life Began by Thomas F. Heinze. Good defense of the Christian view on evolution, 4 stars. The Triumph of Christianity by Rodney Stark. Great history mythbuster, 5 stars. Love Your Enemies by Janet and Geoff Benge. Rather short, but gives a good oversight of Wurmbrand's life, 4 stars. The Story of Christianity by Michael Collins and Matthew Price. Authors Protestant and Catholic, so good and fair overview, beautiful illustrations, 4 stars. Aristotle Leads the Way by Joy Hakim, dismisses religion while glorifying science, last chapter all science fiction, 2 stars. Amazing Grace by Eric Metaxas, inspirational but author abandoned objectivity too much, 3 stars. Alright, those were all the English books I read. So now I will go over to the German books because there's not a lot of them. And then the Dutch books. So, the German books. Max und Moritz by Wilhelm Busch. Like Roald Dahl, and there's not too much in it. 3 stars. Wilhelm Tell by Friedrich Schiller. Like I said, I read this in the English and the German version this year. Exciting parts, but a lot of monologues. 3 stars. Das Muschelessen by Birgit van der Beke. Extremely long sentences, German's my second language, so that's fun, 1 star. And then last but not least, the Dutch books I read. Volg me by Sophie Janssen, did not finish. Telling, not showing, vulgar language, unoriginal, 1 star. Taal is zeg maar echt mijn ding by Pauline Cornelissen, did not finish, not actually educational, lame jokes, 1 star. De Aanslag by Harry Mulisch. Life is random, nobody's actually guilty, unnecessary sexual content, 1 star. Als Wolven in de Nacht by Nina Raubrich, seeing history from other countries' perspective, 4 stars. Black Box by Anna Woltz, great themes and philosophical questions, way too much vulgarity, 2 stars. Het Beloofde Land en in Afrika by Adriaan van Dis, I made a review for this one. Incredibly arrogant and prejudiced author, biased purporting, 1 star. Oorlog zonder vrienden by Evert Hartman, funny and exciting, old favorite, 5 stars. Bijna Echt by Lisa van Kampenhout, bad language, main character steals, but it's justified because she's poor, 1 star. De Executie by Danielle Backhuis, great story, terrible ending, lots left unexplained, 3 stars. Amalia by Claudia de Brij, author was biased, I don't like Amalia, no real depth, 2 stars. De Zwendelprins by Rima Ori, some inconsequent characters but entertaining, 3 stars. Lust tot Poëzie, Joost van den Wondel, easy to understand, he's the Dutch Shakespeare, 5 stars. De Ademdief by Miranda Peters, little depth, just lots of violence, 2 stars. Floris the Vijfde series by René Vink, main character had a pretty good moral compass, some gore, 3 1/3 stars. Boy 7 by Mirjam Moes. It's not as exciting now that I'm no longer 12. 2 stars. Piratenbloed by Anne-Joke Smits. Bad language, but I liked that the setting was Madagascar. So 3 stars. Soldaat van Oranje by Erik Hazelhoff Roelfsema. Interesting, but I like other people's stories better. 3 stars. Vrijgevochten by Thea Beckman. Well written, but anti-Christian messages. 2 stars. Gekaapt by Thea Beckman. Well written, but all Christian characters are annoying. 2 stars. 16 en Zwanger by Marian Hoefnagel. Misrepresents pro-life organizations and abortion. Ending is a gross cop-out. 1 star. Weerzien met Betty Jane by Kathy LeGros and Cindy Coloma. Some typos, lots of heartbreak, but inspiring and empowering story. 4 stars. Het Diner, Herman Koch. Well written, but I didn't get the point. 2 stars. Okay, so that was it. My camera is almost full, so I have to hurry up. I have 4 minutes left. Hope you enjoyed that video. I will see if I can make another one next year. But yeah, those are all the books I read. A lot of them I really enjoyed, and others I didn't enjoy at all, but you know, that's how it goes. And now I don't know what else to say. So I will just, and since my camera is almost empty, I will just say see you next time in the next video. Bye!